All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Night into PCC on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on the internet at regionsports.com and youtube.com/regionsports. We come to you tonight from Kouts High School as the Region Sports Network presents the South Central Satellites taking on the Kouts Phillies in the PCC Girls Hoop Showdown. I'm Jack Thiel, the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Isaiah Grainsbury. Good game tonight we got here in the PCC. Definitely with girls basketball, the season gets a little bit started before the men's, but nevertheless, it's going to be the good one, and we're going to take a little bit of a break right here as we'll stay tuned for the national anthem, and then we'll go over the starting lineups and a little bit of a preview of what you can expect in tonight's Girls Hoop Showdown. Both starting lineups get announced. It's going to be a good one, though. Kouts Phillies, South Central Satellites. The South Central Satellites, we'll start with them 5-3. They won their first 3 games, but 2-3 of their last 5. But this has been a program on the rise, especially the last 3 years. Ben Anderson, head coach, has just had one terrific start. 54-8 in 3 years, an 87 win percentage. You go back to last year, they were 23-4. You go back to 2 years ago, they were 26-1. And this is a team that lost 3 senior starters from last year's team. But the way they play, it doesn't seem like that. They're going to be led by Sadie Marks. She leads the PCC in points in girls basketball. And you have Hope Welsh as well, 2 seniors who are really going to take the helm. But this is a South Central team that has a lot of size and can shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah, and you as a coach, you're always excited about it, being able to have those winning, successful seasons and then bring players through the system that way, because now these seniors get to step up to the plate. They're used to good competition. They're used to big games, and hey, now it's their chance to shine.
For the Kouts Phillies, they fell on Tuesday to Washington Township 45-39, currently on a 5-game losing streak. It was a close one, though. They really battled against a good Washington Township team, and they're led by a couple of seniors, but it's going to be Macy Sanders, all-around forward. She plays the most minutes on the team. You're going to have to also look out for Ella Young, likes to shoot the 3 ball, and Sophie Tiklaski, really great at the offensive rebounds. But a team that's on a 5-game losing streak, you know, when you're kind of on the down and obviously things haven't gone well for you, how as a coach are you getting your team motivated and ready for what is a tough opponent in South Central?
Yeah, coaches, they just have to stay positive during those times. I mean, every team goes through some sort of adversity, whether even the winning teams. So right now, Kouts, the best thing they can do is just keep their eyes on the prize, stay focused, and keep getting better.
Well, here's the starting lineup for both teams. First for South Central, it's going to be Samantha Marks, McKenna Welsh, Lexi Johnson, Sadie Marks, and Hope Welsh. For the Kouts Phillies, it'll be Sophia Teglaski, Ellie Namath, Ella Young, Macy Sanders, and Olivia Miller. And just like that, Young with the basketball, and Kouts starts the game. There's a 3 right away, and it's good. A big-time start right there. Sophia Teglaski right off the gun.
Looked like South Central. They were in heavy help right there and just left her open for the trifecta.
It is a team that did shoot the ball a lot on Tuesday from the three-point arc. Couldn't convert on a lot, and that ball's tipped out of bounds. We'll stay with South Central. Weren't able to convert on some of those three-pointers they had wide open, but a good start right there by Sophia Toglaski. She was huge on Tuesday night. Although they didn't win, she really kept them alive. So a pass out of the baseline, right to the free throw line. Cuts it to the wing. That one's for a 3 off the front iron. No good. And that rebound is going to be actually a jump ball. And that arrow is going to face towards the Satellite Way. So that's one thing Kouts did struggle with Tuesday night, was they were allowing a lot of extra possessions, a lot of offensive rebounds, and right there had a chance at their own rebound, but South Central able to get the offensive rebound and force a jump ball. And there's a pass way out of the way. She's still going to be able to take that one across half court. Got number 23 with the basketball, Lexi Johnson. Now you got Marks with it. Marks, one of the best players in the PCC in girls basketball. Fun fact about this Satellite team, there's actually 2 set of sisters starting in the lineup tonight for this team. You got the Marks sisters and the Welsh sisters. As there's a drive-in by Sadie Marks. Basket counts, and there's a foul. And that's why she's one of the best players, 16 points per game. Her size really causes some issues because 5'10" in girls basketball is kind of considered the forward, the center. She's listed as a guard as well. She has that capability of the dribble and drive, just like we saw there.
Well, being able to, as you mentioned, be a taller player and create mismatches with players that aren't used to playing out on perimeter is a very good asset.
Yeah, she completes the three-point play. Now we're tied at 3. Kouts with their second possession. The first one was a three-pointer. There's a drive. We're going to get a foul down low. That's going to be called on Hope Welsh, and it looks like Toglaski will go to the line for 2 shots. And that's also what they did very well Tuesday night, was draw fouls, but what they have to do better was convert those free throws. I believe both teams are shooting about under 65% from the charity stripe tonight, or this year I should say. So there's the first one, and that one's off the front iron and no good. And it's really hard because you look at that box score at the end of the game and you realize how many points you could have had if you made some free throws, and they only lost by 6 points on Tuesday night. As that second one's no good. Rebound secured by the Satellites. Samantha Marks now with the basketball, the sophomore guard. Kicks it to her sister, Sadie Marks. Now to Welsh. Welsh drives to her right, to Marks on that corner. Now inside to Johnson, but an error pass goes right to Sadie Marks. Uses a little bit of strength, can't get that one to go down. Rebound secured by Samantha Marks. It looks like we'll get a loose ball foul on the ground by Kouts.
Very physical game here early on. That's the third foul in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, there was a lot of fouls on that game on Tuesday night, I believe. Kouts entered the bonus in 3 of the 4 quarters. Lexi Johnson now with it. A little jab step. Now goes to Marks on the wing. All the way across to her sister. And that one's no good. Maddie Sanders secures the rebound for the Phillies. Ella Young now with it. She likes to shoot the basketball. She's got a 3-point stroke. And there's a travel right there. Tried to drive inside and use some of her strength, but a good job by that Satellite defense to really cause the turnover.
And we mentioned that earlier on the first possession, how the Satellites were heavy in the gap. And there again, right there, you see it paying dividends for them.
So 3-3 now. Marks up top, picked up her dribble. Sadie Marks now with it. Picks up her dribble, and there's a travel. So back-to-back travels in this game by both teams. Sadie Marks now a senior player who doesn't really make many mistakes. She's, like we said, she's going to be a premier player in this PCC conference to talk about. And what's interesting is her sister, Olivia Marks, was the player to talk about last year in the PCC. So the Marks are making their mark on girls basketball at South Central High School. So Toglaski all the way across to Sanders. Sanders to Young. Young to Toglaski. Trying to find some room. Drives to her left. Goes to the corner. And nowhere to go on that baseline. Good defense by the Satellites in that corner. Now back to the wing and Young. And Marks right on her. Trying to find some room. Nowhere to go. Toglaski. A little pump fake right there. Now back to Young on that wing. Toglaski back with it as well. And this is the defense by South Central. They do have size, and it's going to create some problems for Kouts. Usually they're a team that comes in with a size advantage, but both teams kind of have that size. Oh, nice pass right there to Namath. She's fouled. Basket no good, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots. But you have to recognize Kouts really had the work just to get that foul.
Yeah, great patience by Kouts right there, though, and ended up, that's a nice part about moving the basketball. If you move it around good enough, and take your time, be patient, you'll end up finding an easy basket, and they did right there.
And that first one just rattles in, so Kouts retakes the lead at 4-3. It's going to be a big thank you to everybody tuning in to tonight's action here on YouTube. We apologize for technical difficulties on production truck with Facebook, but we're glad you could join us here on YouTube. There's an offensive rebound. That one can't go down. Teglaski got the offensive rebound, cut it back up. Satellites here on a breakaway. Hope Welsh off and in the glass. And the Satellites will take a 5-4 lead with under 5 minutes to go. Teglaski back to Young up top. 2 Sanders on that wing. Once again, we're going to see how this offense operates just because there's nothing working inside for the Phillies. And there's a little pass inside. Teglaski having trouble handling it. Fight for the ball. They're going to call it a jump ball, and that's going to stay with Kouts. But still, you can kind of tell they're really having a hard time getting that ball inside without someone from South Central tipping the ball or fighting for it.
Yeah, but to Kouts' credit as well, that's back-to-back possessions. They've found a way to at least attempt to pass toward that back line right there.
There's a steal. Sadie Marks kicks it to the wing. That's a 3, and it's good. Hope Welsh. Nothing but nylon, and it's an 8-4 lead. Just like that, an 8-1 run by the Satellites. Young drives to her right. Kicks it to the corner. Sanders, that one's blocked. And it's passed away. Lexi Johnson now with the 2-on-1 for South Central. Nice bounce pass. She can't handle it. Trying to find a teammate. There's Marks. That one off the back iron. No good. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go Kouts' way. So Bella Berkey now, the freshman guard, had herself a nice game off the bench on Tuesday. Checks in. Young, wing, a deep 3. She likes to shoot it. That one's no good. Rebound secured by the Satellites. A fight for the ball. They're going to get a foul on Teglaski. That could have been a 50-50 call between that foul or a jump ball, but they're going to give Teglaski a foul. And some of the fouls are picking up already. 3 team fouls in the new rule. 5 team fouls, and you're shooting free throws. So, South Central with about 3:43 to go, they're 2 fouls away from shooting bonus for the rest of the quarter. So the 5'10 guard, Marks, passes it away to the wing and Johnson. Welsh, that one's inside, and it looks like we're going to get a foul. That's Namath. That's now the 4th team foul on Kouts, and 1 foul away from entering that bonus.
Yeah, Kouts is going to have to adjust to the way the refs are calling the game. They're calling this one tight tonight.
Kicks it to the corner now, back up top to Johnson. Johnson 3rd on the team in points per game. Sadie Marks now with it on that corner. Passes all the way across to Hope Welsh. The high rainbow shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Johnson, and lays it in. A good play right there made by number 23, the junior guard, and a timeout called by Tim Schwartz. And we'll stay right here. It's been a good one so far, and Kouts got to a great start to that 3-pointer by Teglaski, a 3-0 lead, but now it's been a 10-1 run by South Central. What have you liked from the Satellites so far here tonight?
I like how they're attacking in transition. Right now they're getting the ball up the floor, finding open lanes to knock down some shots, but also get toward the basket. And on the other end of that, Kouts, they're also getting second chance points, South Central is. And so Kouts just has to do a better job out of this timeout. Boxing out, and I think they'll be in decent shape.
Yes. As it's time for the Thursday night forecast, which is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Although it's nice here in the gym, stay warm. Actually, you know what? It is somewhat warm for this kind of weather we've had. It's only 47 degrees outside, and I will take that any day. I know Tuesday night we had 15 degrees, so you know what? I'm not going to complain. It was a high of 54 earlier today, but right now 46 degrees, so stay warm out there. But that's a game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Although it's only the first quarter, stay tuned for the Homeland Farm halftime show presented by Homeland Farm in Valparaiso, a proud supporter of the PCC basketball here on the Region Sports Network. So Kouts out of the timeout, trying to get some offensive momentum going after that 3-pointer. They haven't made a shot, only 1 free throw. Young goes to Berkey. Berkey on that wing. Now Sanders in the corner. You can see nothing really working on the inside. They've been doing a lot of outside passes with under 3 minutes to go. Young now with a little bit of crossover, hands it off to Berkey. Now to Sanders on the corner. Elizabeth Van Clay checks in for the first time for Kouts. Young drives inside, kicks it to the corner. Sanders needs this one and gets it. Big time three made by the senior.
Great drive and kick to set it up.
Yeah, that was really what Kouts needed out of that timeout. Marks dribbles and passes it out. Wide open three for the senior. Can't hit that one. Berkey with the rebound, pushing the tempo down the court. A little bit of a double team right now by South Central. Picks up her dribble. And a steal right there. Welsh with it. Marks now with it. Drives to her left. A little bounce pass right there. Having trouble with that one, but they're going to get a foul on the shot. Got bailed out there. South Central, they've done a good job of creating those 2-on-1 matchups. The bounce pass just couldn't be secured properly. So now they'll head to the line for 2 shots, up by 3. And that's the 15 foul, so now South Central will be in the bonus for the rest of this quarter, as there's the first free throw made. Samantha Marks at the free throw line. Looks like we have a substitution right here. Ella Young will check out for Kouts. Alyssa Tweet comes in her place. Rebound secured. Van Clay passes it to Berkey, down by 4. Entering the 2-minute mark, Berkey thought about it, a little quick move right there. Sanders now on the wing. Thought about the 3. Now passes it back up top to Berkey. Now under 2 minutes to go. Trying to find some room. Sanders now with it. Sanders a little bit of a crossover now, picks up her dribble. Berkey now back with it. I think what I'm really impressed of is they're giving them a lot of cushion to dribble the ball, which makes it a little harder for them to drive inside.
Definitely. It looks like they're trying to take the post away by fronting in the post, and that's also allowing that as well.
Able to pass it around. They're still on this possession. Berkey's mid-range, too, just rattles out and hit out of bounds by Kouts. That was number 14, Ellie Namath. Just couldn't handle that offensive rebound, so the ball will now go with South Central, 11-7. And Tuesday's game as well, they had a slow scoring in the beginning. Things kind of picked up back in that second half as Lexi Johnson now with it. Johnson to the wing all the way across. That's Welsh. She's had that open corner all night. That mid-range 2, no good. Rebound by the Phillies. Here's Berkey down the court, driving off the glass and in. The freshman with a strong drive, and Kouts only trails by 2.
Great fundamentally sound play right there. Playing off 2 feet with the jump stop and shoulder square with the basket, hitting the backboard for the layup.
Welsh, mid-range 2. Actually, no, it's a 3. They're going to give it to her. Her foot was behind the line, but Hope Welsh hits her second 3 of the night. South Central extends their lead 14-9 now. About 35 seconds and counting. Oh, nice bounce pass and a lay-in. Ellie Nemeth right there. 14-11 now, under 30 seconds to go, and that's what you want to see from Kouts, able to work that inside and a nice bounce pass. Lexi Johnson now to her left. Welsh in that corner. Marks now with it, drives inside. She's fouled, and count the basket. The second time we've seen Sadie Marks draw some contact and be able to have that tough finish. So Sophia Teklaski will check back in for Elizabeth Van Clay with 17.3 to go. And Sadie Marks, she is the vocal point. I mean, we talked about 16 points a game, 8.1 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game. She completes the 3-point play as now it's 17-11. And she's shooting over 80% from the free throw line. So we talked about how both teams kind of struggling from the free throw line. She has been really excelling at that charity stripe. Now under 10 seconds to go, Berkey, a little pass to the corner. 5 seconds now. Kouts trying to get that final shot. Teglaski's going to have to throw it up. Does. And did we get a foul before the buzzer? Yeah, we did. 0.2. They're going to call a foul. I believe it's going to be 2 shots. I don't know if she was behind that line. Yeah, they're going to give her the foul with 0.2 seconds left on the clock.
I think the ref actually was signaling quarter over.
Maybe.
And that's why you see some frustration from the South Central coach right now.
You have both teams lining up like it is free throws, but the basketball is going to be passed down on the baseline. It looks like we're going to have a conversation. Now, that's a tough call because it's hard to argue she wasn't shooting because there's 0.2 seconds left on the clock. And, you know, obviously you never know, you'd never want to assume, but when there's that much time left on the clock, you're going to say that the person was shooting the basketball that late. And, it looks like they might, it looks like they're actually going to give it on the baseline. They're going to say that foul is on the ground, I believe. They're still discussing this one. Yeah, it's not going to be a shooting foul. It's going to be a foul on the ground on that baseline. 0.2 seconds. Some luck needs to be happened here, as we'll see what they do here. A little tip up there, throws it up, and no good. And that will be the conclusion of the first quarter as South Central leads 17-11. We'll take a break on our game night into PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Back here to start of the second quarter, South Central will have the basketballs. They flip that possession arrow. Sadie Marks, or I should say actually Samantha Marks had it. Now to Lexi Johnson on the wing. Hope Welsh in the corner. She takes the three and knocks it down. A swoosh. 20-11. South Central leads, and this is a team that likes to shoot the three-pointer.
That's her third three of the game so far.
Absolutely.
She's been finding the open spots and taking advantage of them.
It's now a little bit kind of a man, but a zone, a little bit of an off man here, you could say. They're not playing total man, but kind of laying back a little bit and creates an open shot possibly for Sanders. No good. Too much on that one. Hope Welsh secures the rebound. So Welsh now with it.
Looks like South Central just wants to take away all the driving lanes from Kouts right now.
Absolutely. I think they're going to say, if you beat us, you're going to have to make 23s tonight. So Lexi Johnson with it up top. Inside to Sadie Marks. A little bit of some contact right there all the way to cross. There's a three from the wing off the front iron. No good. Tiglaski with the rebound. Berkey now with the basketball, pushing down the tempo. Here she goes. Tiglaski pump fake, drives inside, throws it up. It was blocked. Last touched, I believe that was Sadie Marks who blocked that one, so it's out of bounds. Elizabeth Van Clay checks back in for Kouts, comes in for Ellie Namath with under 7 minutes to go. If you really think about it, for South Central, they've made 3 3-pointers by Hope Welsh, and they've had 2 old-fashioned three-point play by Sadie Marks. So talking about their possessions, that's at least 5 possessions of 3 points. That's 18 of their 20 points where they've had a possession where at least 3 points were involved. There's a shot, it's blocked, and they'll stay with Kouts. And that, I mean, look, is that sustainable? Maybe, but nevertheless, the three-pointer, whether it's the old-fashioned way or from the behind the arc, it's working well tonight.
Yes, it is, and I'm sure their coach is happy about that.
Well, there's Sanders with the three. No good off the back iron. Rebound secured by Marks. Marks now to 5'10", senior guard, pushing up the tempo. All the way across to her sister, Samantha, who takes the mid-range two. No good. Tiglaski pulls down the rebound, kicks it to Sanders at the half-court line. Now driving inside to Van Clay. Van Clay, double team. Now the Tiglaski up top to Berkey. Berkey near the free throw line, gives it back up top to Tiglaski. Sanders on the wing, an errant pass right there to number 34, Kouts, Olivia Miller. And that's going to go out of bounds, and South Central will have the basketball. So Welsh on the wing, up top. Welsh to Welsh, and that one inside, almost stolen. Johnson. So how her two sets of sisters in starting lineup for South Central tonight. Nice cut inside. That's Sadie Marks. She's fouled. Can't get that one to go down, but she'll head to the line for 2 shots. But how many times do you see that? You got Samantha Marks and Sadie Marks, Hope Welsh and McKenna Welsh. You don't really see that in today's world. 2 sets of sisters, but I mean, especially in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes for an interesting scouting report trying to explain to your kids who's who.
It makes it as a broadcaster, it makes it easy as the first free throw is good. Because all you got to do is know the last name, because it is Marks to Marks or Welsh to Welsh, but hits the first free throw, a couple of substitution. It looks like Teglaski and Sanders comes out for Kouts, and I believe that's Lexi Johnson subbed out for South Central. And she hits the second one, so now 21-11. South Central's largest lead of the night.
It's like they're popping up in a 2-2-1 press right now.
Maybe a right time to call that. Sanders with one of their better guards. Van Clay now with it. Pass inside, rattles out. Rebound. Van Clay to Berkey with the mid-range 2 and knocks it down. Nice shot right there by the freshman Bella Berkey. 22-13 now. And it might be a good time to call that press just because Sanders and Teglaski are kind of 2 of their premier ball handlers. As there is a foul, that looks to be, I believe, yeah, that's going to be Sadie Marks going to the line for, no, that's Samantha Marks actually. She'll be going to the line for 2 free throws. But, you know, when you lose, you know, 2 girls who are number 1 and number 3 in minutes played, who's going to be that guard? It's been Bella Berkey as she hits the first free throw. But trusting a freshman guard in that situation, you know, it's going to be some growing pains.
Most definitely.
(23-13). Second free throw up, no good. And rebound right there for South Central. Hope Welsh now with it.
The rebounding struggles continue for Kouts.
Samantha Marks with it. Goes to her sister Sadie, driving inside the paint. There was some contact. Nevertheless, she's able to lay it in. 25-13 now, sister-to-sister connection.
Very strong take right there.
How many times do you think they've run that play in the driveway? Inside, and there's a steal. That's Sadie Marks with the steal. The senior driving inside, goes to her left. Can't get that one to go down. Kouts with the rebound and stolen right there. That one is Samantha Marks with the steal. Hope Welsh for her 4th 3, and it's good. Hope Welsh.
Wow. She is just hitting it from everywhere. The corners, high posts. I mean, anywhere you want it, you can get it.
Every 3 for her has been nothing but nylon as well. Let's take a 30-second break here on our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Back here, Kouts trying to pass it out. Big story has been Hope Welsh tonight. 4 threes made in the first half. A little bit of a double team right there. And it's going to be a backcourt violation. Bella Berkey was getting double teamed, had nowhere to go. And just like that, South Central will have the basketball. But Hope Welsh, 4 threes. And that's 12 points. And Kouts only has 13. She has really done a good job behind the arc tonight. And it's so hard to keep that focus on Hope Welsh because when you have somebody like Sadie Marks, you're trying not to double team anybody. Sadie Marks to Welsh. Welsh drives inside, kicks it to Samantha Marks, who drives inside off the glass, no good. Ball up for grabs. Sanders now with it for the Phillies. Goes to the right side. Ooh, a little Euro step right there and an underhand lay-in.
Great move right there by the seniors.
Yeah.
Going in with some confidence.
A little English on that one. 28-15 now. Kouts fans getting behind their team. Looks like we'll have a foul on the ground. A reach-in foul. If that's the case, I believe that's going to be Kouts' third foul of the quarter. Yep, that'll be their third team foul, and I believe they had 5 in that first quarter, so 8 fouls overall here in the first half. Samantha Marks checks out. Looks like Lexi Johnson will check back in. And Lexi Johnson is someone who makes a lot of threes. She's got 18 threes, which is second on the team. Oh, nice play right there. Marks can't finish it. Rebound secured by the Phillies. Berkey now with the basketball. Berkey back, and pass inside, and a steal right there. That's Lexi Johnson on the steal. Sadie Marks with the basketball now. Under 3 minutes ago. Almost a steal. Kicks it. Corner. Welsh 3. It's good. Number 5 on the night for Hope Welsh.
That basket looks like Lake Michigan to her right now. She's just...
Yeah, it's just
can't miss.
It's in that kind of night for her. Baseline. Now Berkey is all the way across. Sanders on the wing. Thought about the 3. Young now with it. Drive to her right. There's a 3 by Miller. No good off the back iron. Rebound up for grabs. We'll get a jump ball, and it will stay with Kouts. On the year, for Hope Welsh, she came in with 21 threes. She's the team leader in threes. She shoots 28% from 3. She shoots 100% from 3 so far tonight. She's 5 of 5. Van Clay fouled. It looks like they're going to get Sadie Marks with that one, so she'll go to the line for 2 shots. But Hope Welsh, 21 made threes. She's just, obviously, you can look at stats all you want, but she's proven it here tonight.
Yeah, good players, they show up night in and night out, and we're seeing that here tonight.
As that first free throw is good. 31-16. Olivia Miller will check out. Alyssa Tweet will come in off the bench. 31-16. That one's good. Make it 31-17. 14-point lead. So Marks will bring the ball up the court. I feel like you just got to give the ball to Hope Welsh at this point. I mean, when somebody's on fire, you just give them the basketball. So Welsh does have it right now. But every 3 she's made, it's been from the same corner.
Yep.
You know what they say, you live or die by that corner. Johnson off the screen, moves to her right, kicks it out. Welsh thought about it, pump fakes, drive inside. Finds Marks, and it looks like we'll get an offensive foul by South Central. Wasn't sure if it was an illegal screen set down near the paint, but nevertheless, it's going to go Kouts' way, and we'll have a substitution. Samantha Marks comes in for Gwen Mendenhall. And for this South Central team, it's really a 6-person rotation. They rely on their starters to play, the meat of the minutes. There's a pass almost stolen, and there's a reach-in foul. I think McKenna Welsh is going to get tagged with that one. There's a fight for the basketball. So it'll be a pass down low at the baseline. So both teams now with 3 team fouls. Passes it to the corner, now to Young in the wing. Young on that wing, goes inside. Nice move right there. The floater, no good, can't convert. Johnson rips down the rebound. Marks now with the basketball, goes to her left, and Welsh almost loses it. And she threw it off of Young. As it rolls out of bounds, it will stay with the Satellites.
Good hustle there by Welsh to save that.
So pass it out. That one's inside to Marks. Marks fouled. Short on the basket, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots. She's done a really good job of drawing fouls, especially in the shooting variety. She's She's got the second most points in tonight's game for South Central. Hard to beat what Hope Welsh has done so far. 15 of the 31 points scored. As that first free throw bounces off the front iron, no good. Bella Berkey and Elizabeth Van Clay will check back in for Kouts. Ellie Nemeth and Ella Young will check out. Got 1:15 left on the clock. And the second free throw no good by Marks. That one's out of bounds, and that was Welsh once again with the hustle. Able to keep her balance and time her jump right and throw it off a Kouts player to keep it with the Satellites.
Those two missed free throws might be credited to the Kouts student section who come out in numbers tonight.
Absolutely. Well, right there, Sadie Marks responds with a layup. 33-17. Van Clay drives inside and finds the basket. A nice tough move by the freshman. Welsh inside. Marks fouled. Unsure if we're going to get a shooting foul or is this one going to be on the ground. It looks like this one is going to be on the ground. Nevertheless, with under a minute to go, that's the 4-team foul on Kouts. Actually, I believe is at the nope, that's going to be the 5th, actually. So nevertheless, she will be shooting free throws. As for the second straight quarter, South Central will be in the bonus. So Mark's trying to respond after missing those 2 free throws. And she'll hit the first one. Nicely done. Just joining us, Kouts, they did a good job in this game starting off. They had the 3 to start off and made things a little bit close, but since then it's really been Hope Welsh and Sadie Marks making their mark, as it's 35-19, and since then, you know, they've done a really good job of making threes and scoring inside the paint. And for Kouts, they've just had some trouble driving inside. You know, they've been live or dying by the three-pointer, as that 3 is no good. Welsh with the rebound, 35 seconds and counting left on the clock. Welsh to Marks, Samantha Marks now to Sadie Marks. Holding it, wide open 3. Johnson lets it rip, and it's no good, so Kouts can hold for the last shot. Berkey on the drive. Miller. Inside, Van Clay. Now back to the corner. Under 10 seconds to go. Looks like we'll get a foul with 6.4 on the ground. That'll be the 14th foul by South Central, so it'll be a pass out of bounds from the baseline. A substitution right now for South Central. Looks like Samantha Marks will check out, and McKenna Welsh will check in. See what Kouts can draw up here. 6.4 inside. Sanders throws it up in the corner. No good. Rebound blocked. Secured, but nevertheless, that's going to do it here for the first half. Kouts had a chance, but they're getting blocked right there. Still a fun half, Isaiah.
Yeah, Kouts came out. They tried their hardest, but South Central, they just have the high hand tonight.
35-19, the Satellites lead, but stay tuned as we'll be back for the Homeland Farm Time halftime show presented by Homeland Farm in Valparaiso. Isaiah and I will be breaking down the first half of this one, so do not go anywhere. You're watching our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvan
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Everybody, it's now you're watching the Homeland Farm halftime show brought to you by Homeland Farm and Valparaiso for game night in the PCC. South Central leads Kouts 35-19. Jacksonville, Isaiah Grainsbury. It's been a good first half so far. Let's start with South Central. It's been the three ball for Hope Welsh. Obviously, she has been just nothing but net so far. And Sadie Marks, those two have been a dynamic duo so far, combining for at least 60% of their points. You know, if you're in the locker room right now, if you're Ben Anderson, what are you seeing your team with a 16-point lead?
Yeah, with the 16-point lead, you really have to hang your hat on defense right now. I mean, defense is what got them here. I think South Central's ability to take away the passing lanes and really clamp down, force Kouts to shoot threes has gotten them in this position to open up the offense and make everything seem that much easier. So right now, if I'm Ben Anderson, I'm saying let's keep it up on the defensive end and everything else is going to come.
And for Kouts, I mean, it's a large deficit for them. You know, you go to Tuesday night, they were leading by 2. Now you go to tonight, they're down by 16. They've had some trouble scoring inside the paint. They've had a couple three balls fall down for them, especially the first one of the game. You know, what do you want to see from them coming out of halftime? What do you want them to work on to, you know, maybe not win this game, but, you know, improve on and make this one a little bit closer?
If I'm the Kouts coach, I'm telling them trust the process right now. I mean, we're a young team. We're getting solid looks. They're going to fall. Let's continue to work on getting the ball inside. Let's even do a better job defensively, making sure we box out and handle everything accordingly. And wherever the cards fall, they may fall.
Absolutely. A big thank you to Strachan Manitoba for being our hometown scoreboard sponsor throughout the year. Football, wrestling, basketball, and baseball. Strachan Manitoba, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVantil.com. Also a big thing to Centier Bank. It's the official studio partner of all Region Sports shows that you can view on Facebook, YouTube, and regionsports.com. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, they have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. We'll name our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And we'll name our Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. About 3 minutes until the second half is going to get underway here at Kouts High School. But, hey, if you love some PCC basketball, we have a treat for you tomorrow night. We have a double header that's going to be live on Facebook and YouTube between the Boone Grove Wolves and the Washington Township Senators. So we'll be live on site about 5:30. That's going to be the first game. It's going to be varsity girls are going to play at 5:30 p.m. And then 7 o'clock or 20 minutes after conclusion of that girls game will be the boys. A PCC doubleheader, which you can find only here on the Region Sports Network for our game night in the PCC. So just a reminder, it'll take place tomorrow night, 5:30. The girls will play, and 7 o'clock the boys will play. But like you said, you can find that at one place only, and that's the Region Sports Network. Let's take a break here in our game night in the PCC, but you're watching this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Back here as you were just watching the Homeland Farm halftime show brought to you by Homeland Farm and Valparaiso. A big thank you to them for supporting PCC basketball on the Region Sports Network. So 1 half left to play to decide a winner in this one. It looks like it'll be the same starting five for both teams. South Central, they'll start with the basketball. So Welsh will pass it to Marks.
Kouts starting out in the man-to-man defense. Looks like they're also trying to take Sadie Marks away.
And we'll see if that opens up anything for, Welsh in that corner. As that shot's no good. Tiglaski pulls down the rebound, pushing the tempo up the court. Loses the basketball. And they're going to say it's out of bounds on her. Just lost the handle of it. And there's an early turnover by the Phillies. Marks goes to Welsh on the wing. Up top to Johnson. Kouts doing a good job on defense so far. South Central had a lot of easy baskets in that first half. Pump fake by Welsh. Her mid-range shoe is swatted away. Nemeth on the block. Sanders now with it. Breakaway lay-in off the glass. Underhand lay-in for two.
Great defense leading in the offense. We talked about that at halftime. If Kouts can camp down on the defensive end, they'll have a good chance at coming back and getting into this.
Just like that, Kouts with the basketball. Tiglaski gives it to Young deep. Three. And it's good. A swoosh.
What a way to start the half. Three defensive stops, leading into 2 offensive possessions with positive outcomes.
Marks inside, spin move, passes it, almost stolen. Welsh to Welsh. Welsh for another 3, no good. Rebound by Marks. She can't make the finish. That one's blocked. And they're going to give Berkey a foul on that one. That's number 23, Lexi Johnson on the shot. But before that foul was a 5-0 run by Kouts.
And what led to it was not only good defense, but also them boxing out. Unfortunately, they just gave up that offensive rebound right there. But Kouts, really good adjustments coming out to start the half.
First free throw's good, 36-24. Johnson, third on the team in points scored. And misses the second one off the front iron. Young with the basketball coming off that deep 3 she just made. Loses the ball. A steal right there by Samantha Marks on the drive. Is going to finish it herself. And a little bit of a press right there by South Central. And another steal right there. This is Sadie Marks now with the basketball. Marks drives inside. There's a foul. And they're going to count the basket. Wow. The basket happened a couple of steps after.
No, I think he's going to say on the ground right here.
On the ground, okay. But looked like it said that he was going to count the basket. But it's going to be on the baseline. Good call right there, Isaiah. 38-24. Johnson with it up top. Johnson to Marks. Marks drives to her right. Now goes back to Johnson near the Philly logo. Welsh to Welsh. Back to Marks. And it looks like we'll have an illegal screen right there by South Central. So a turnover, I believe that's the third one by South Central here early in the third period. Young back to Berkey. Crosses the half-court line, picks up her dribble, and that's a travel. And that's kind of, being a freshman, it's the growing pains you got to learn. And for Berkey, it seemed like she wanted to dribble it, she wanted to pass it. Once she gets to that junior, senior level, she'll kind of laugh at that play.
And it's still early in the season, too,
absolutely.
right now. So people underestimate the jump from 8th grade to high school basketball, let alone varsity basketball.
Yeah, it's a good call. Welsh with the basketball on that wing. Now to Marks. Marks the mark. Sadie Marks with it. Leading scorer up top. Goes to her sister Samantha Marks. Drives to her left. And there's a foul. Looks like they're going to tag Berkey with that one. It's going to be a shooting foul. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. Samantha Marks, the 5'8" sophomore. Averaging 7.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game.
Looks like a member of the Kouts student section made his way down here.
And Marks misses the first free throw.
That's a great thing about high school basketball here in Indiana. You always find some life in the crowd somewhere.
You do, and here's the second one, and she makes it. 39-24 now. Here's a press by South Central. Sanders with it, goes to Berkey. Berkey back to Sanders, who crosses the half-court line and passes it to Young. Young drives inside to Sanders up top to Berkey. Now back up top to Sanders, tipped. Oh, almost stolen away. She gets the ball back. Tiglaski inside to Nemeth. Loses it, but Berkey now with it. Passes it to Sanders, to Tiglaski, to Young. Back to Sanders on the wing to Berkey. Baseline 2, no good. Johnson secures the rebound. Marks now pushing it up the court. Inside, Marks drives inside and no good. Off of Kouts, it'll stay with South Central. Sadie, she wanted a foul. Good call by the official. As soon as that play happened, he lifted his arms up in the air and said, nope, she was straight up in the air. A little bit of a trap. Welsh now with it. We haven't said her name really this quarter so far. She's had 5 threes tonight. In that corner, Welsh now driving to her left. Hope Welsh, floater 2 is good. And that's where that three-pointer comes in handy, because you're pressing on her, making sure she doesn't get a wide open 3. She's able to drive right past you and get the easy lane. 41-24, double team near the half-court line, and it looks like we are going to get a timeout called by Tim Schwartz for the Phillies. With some trouble brewing there, as we'll take a 30-second break here on our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Both teams coming back from that timeout. It's kind of one of those timeouts where you hate to call as a coach, because it's the only reason you're calling is to help your player get out of that trap, get out of that press, and you wish to save it for a better moment. But for Kouts, I mean, you got to play mistake-free basketball at this point, down by 17 as Young has it. Now Berkey to Sanders, to Nemeth on the inside. Kind of a little bit of spin move. Now Sanders with it. Young with it. She hit a 3 already here in the third quarter. Now back to Sanders. Sanders back to Young. Young back to Sanders. Kicks it across to Berkey. Berkey to Tiglaski, and it looks like we'll have a foul on the ground. I think that's Samantha Marks. I think she was just playing the ball and accidentally knocked down Ellie Namath. That'll be the second team foul, and that's going to be her third personal foul. So that's going to allow Gwen Mendenhall to check in. Tiglaski now with it, driving inside, and she's fouled by Sadie Marks. So Tiglaski is going to head to the line for 2 shots. That's the third team foul by the Satellites.
Great strong take to the basket to draw the foul and get to the free throw line. These are the type of offensive possessions that Kouts wants and needs if they want to get back into this game.
First free throw up, rattles in. Tiglaski was a huge part in that game on Tuesday night. Although they didn't win, she kept them in the game in that fourth quarter, grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds and drawing fouls and getting to the line as she misses the second one. Marks secures the rebound, 41-25, about 3:20 and counting left here in the third period. Thank you to everybody for making us a part of your Thursday night. Jack Thiel, Isaiah Gransbury, we got Zach Zanelli producing, and Rich Castillo on the camera. There's a drive inside, off the glass and in, and there's a foul. So that's McKenna Welsh on the finish as the Kouts student makes his way towards the baseline and took a little bit of a spill. But McKenna Welsh will try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play, 43-25. That one is up. That one is good. So 44-25. And something that doesn't maybe show up in the box score, South Central does a good job finishing their layups when fouled. You know, they've done a good job at finishing through contact, being aggressive and physical. There's an errant pass stolen by South Central. Sadie Marks with the basketball, charging. Back to Welsh. Welsh pump fakes it. Back to Sadie Marks. Marks now up top. 5'10" senior guard. Goes to Johnson. Goes to Welsh. Goes to her sister Hope Welsh. Inside the Marks, and there's a foul. That's going to be on Namath. Ran right into Marks on that pass near the free throw line, and that's the 15th foul by Kouts, so she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Marks is able to post up almost at will, and that's what's causing a lot of these fouls. Is just her positioning, being able to get in the paint, get comfortable, and then Kouts just having to adjust way too late, and they're having to foul her.
Marks misses the first one, but she'll make the second one, so 45-25. Berkey with the basketball. And if Kouts wants any chance of coming back in this game, they're going to need a miracle run starting as soon as now. Sanders, now to Young on that wing, drives up top, hands it off to Berkey. Berkey back to Young on that wing. Young pulls up and knocks it down. Nails down her second three of the quarter, 45-28. She's somebody who can hit that long-range shot. Johnson up top, the Marks to Welsh. Back to Johnson. Johnson up top all the way to the corner. That's Welsh's spot, and misses her first three-pointer of the night. A foul on the ground. Teglaski ripping away the rebound. That will be the 14th foul by South Central. So one more, and they'll be in the bonus as well. Looks like Samantha Marks will check back in for the Satellites. Gwen Mendenhall will check out. And if you're Kouts, you might have to find Young on the three again here. I mean, she's hit 2 already here in the quarter. And if she's able to create enough separation, you know, you might have to find that as Young pass inside. Nemeth throws it up. That one looked to be blocked maybe, but nevertheless, Sadie Marks with the rebound all the way to Welsh, but it's going to be a travel. A good defensive stand right there by Kouts on the drive. They've done a good job holding their own here in this third quarter. You know, in that first half, South Central was able to get a lot of threes off, a lot of points inside the paint, but the Satellites have really had to work for their baskets this quarter. There's Young with it, now to Teglaski. Teglaski will hand it off to Sanders. Sanders back to Teglaski up top. Berkey now on that baseline, driving inside off the glass, too short. Johnson secured the rebound. Actually, no, that was Welsh that secured the rebound. Now Marks with the basketball. Now under a minute to go here in the third. Marks drives to her right.
Good defensive slide there.
Johnson on the wing, back to Marks on the wing. Driving inside, goes to her sister Sadie Marks. Drives to her right, pushing her weight and lays it in. An aggressive take right there by the senior. 47-28 now, under 30 seconds to go. Sanders now on that baseline, tried to make a pass and able to find Young on that one. Teglaski now back to Young. Young stripped, and the ball is up for grabs. Welsh will just let Young kind of take that one with 10 seconds to go. Kouts will have to hurry up and try to get the last shot off. Sanders, Berkey, corner, three, no good. Rebound secured. Sadie Marks now with it a second ago. She's not going to budge. She'll just hold it. And that will be the conclusion of the third quarter. South Central, an aggressive lead for them, 47-28. We're 8 minutes away from a winner. And it's game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Back here in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes ago before the conclusion of this one. A big thank you to everybody tuning into tonight's action. We appreciate it. We're trying to beat out the ratings of Thursday night football, but what's better than game night in the PCC? You know, I was introduced to the PCC for the first time this year. I was so used to Lake County sports and the DAC. I was a Lake Central graduate. So last Friday was kind of my first game. It was the boys' game, Kouts and Hebron. I guess now that I've come once, they want me back. This is my third time in 6 days here at Kouts High School, but it's been a great time. And I'll say one thing, PCC basketball is a lot of fun. I can't wait till we get deeper in the season. The games kind of intensify, and, they mean a little bit more than these early season games. Nevertheless, each PCC game means a lot.
Yes, and when you talk about Northwest Indiana basketball, you have to mention PCC, the pride of this conference. I mean, we'll see that later on this season, but even throughout the season. We were talking earlier about Friday night games. You know where much of each town will be.
A lot of great players. I had, when we called the game Friday, Landon Hale, I don't know if you ever seen him play. Oh, one of the best players in the PCC out of Hebron. The kid is fast, he's agile, he's quick. He can finish at the rim, he can shoot the three-pointer. He is someone that a lot of people should keep their eyes out for in the PCC. I know a couple of media outlets here in Northwest Indiana have been recognizing him, and they should. He's one great player, and he's going to have a great senior year. Hebron in general is going to have a great year in the men's basketball category. As there's a pass out of bounds, and it would go Kouts' way. For the girls, there's a couple of teams. There's Washington Township, who's had a really good year. Morgan Township, who's been really good as well. Can't forget about this South Central team who's had a lot of success under Ben Anderson. So, boys and girls, the PCC, there's so much competition. There's so many teams that it's a lot of evenness. Sometimes you play in a conference and you have the top dog and you got a couple of teams kind of at the bottom trying to scrap their way up. The PCC, everybody fights, and there's in any given night, anybody can win in the PCC, which makes it such a great conference. Out of bounds, it will stay with Kouts on the baseline under 7 minutes ago. But yeah, it's just such a fun conference, and I can't wait to call more PCC games this year with Region Sports. Pass inside, near the paint, and that one's going to be an easy lay-in. Ellie Namath on the finish, 47-30 now. A little bit of a double team, and there's a steal. Sanders on it, driving to the basket, uses her right hand. She's fouled, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots, and we've seen Kouts do this the beginning of the third quarter, now here in the beginning of the fourth quarter, being able to force those turnovers and create some points, but they just had trouble sustaining that kind of defense where they've been able to force turnovers. As Sanders' first free throw rattles in. Once again, doubleheader in the PCC tomorrow night. Boone Grove and Washington Township. Isaiah's going to be there. Stoked to be on both of those games. And our producer, Zach Zanelli, will be there as well as she misses a second one on rebound up for grabs. Kouts has it. Teglaski, nice cut by Young to the basket. And off the glass and in for 2.
Great cut there by Young and great focus throughout to drive through that traffic and finish at the rim.
47-33 now. Welsh inside, and Young on the steal. Gives it to Teglaski. Teglaski to Berkey near the half-court line. Berkey driving it up the court. Goes to Young. Young on the wing. She can hit the three-pointer. Goes to Sanders. She can also hit that three-pointer. Sanders driving inside. Goes to Young. Inside, Teglaski, mid-range two, off the glass, too much on it. Rebound secured by the Satellites, now pushing up the tempo. Kicks it up top. There's a wide open three up top of the key. Nothing but nylon, big time shot. Lexi Johnson coming in with 18 made threes on the year. Able to hit that one down. At 5:52, a timeout called on the floor as South Central leads 50-33. We'll take a break here on our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Back here, 50-33 in the timeout break. It's going to be a big thank you to our crew for tonight's game, helping us out. If you've been enjoying our coverage, we had some wrestling yesterday. Of course, we had the state championship finals in the Class 6A for the Crown Point Bulldogs, and now we're kind of in the heat of basketball. I know the boys have just been getting started, but the girls have been playing for a couple weeks now. I know we got some great rivalry games coming up on schedule, but Kouts down by 17 under 6 minutes ago. A little bit of a 2-3 zone right now by South Central. Young now on the wing, kicks it to Berkey in the corner. Young to Sanders. Sanders is going to let her rip and let it hit. Man, Macy Sanders able to knock it down.
Nothing but net right there. Way to be ready to catch and shoot. Very impressive by Sanders.
50-36 now. 2 threes made here in the quarter by Kouts. Pump fake, almost a step back right there. Another wide open 3-4. South Central off the back iron, no good. Teglaski pulls down the rebound. Had Sanders wide open, now hits Sanders, but a little too much heat on that pass. Looking like Justin Fields out there overthrowing his receivers. Had to throw that one out there. So South Central now with the basketball. A little bit of a 2-3 zone from Kouts as well. Our cameraman Rico gave me a look on that one. On the wing now to the corner. Welsh with it, loses it, able to pick up her own dribble. Ball up for grabs, and they're going to say last touch by Young. It'll stay with South Central. Sadie Marks now with it. Goes to Welsh. Marks now back to Welsh. Welsh is going to pull the three-pointer from the corner. It's going to be no good. Sanders with the rebound, pushes it up to Berkey, who's driving inside. Out top to Teglaski. Now loses it. Now Young with it to Sanders on the wing. Inside to Berkey. Berkey back to Sanders, going for a second straight three, and it's good. Wow. Macy Sanders. Now it's an 11-point game. Just like that.
Textbook. Yeah. Every coach, they want to see that in a possession. Swing the ball from wing to wing, get it inside, kick it out, and if you could get a good basket like that, be ready to catch and shoot and let it fly.
Great ball movement have led this one to being a little bit interesting here in the fourth quarter. Kouts only trails by 11 now. We'll take a 30-second break here on our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Back here as both teams about to get out of their timeouts. Macy Sanders, she's really keeping this team alive. 2 threes here in the fourth quarter. In fact, 2 threes in back-to-back possessions. You don't want, like I said, you don't want to live or die by the three-pointer, but that's what Kouts is probably going to have to do to get, more back in this game. They were down by as much as 18, now 11, and they have 3 made threes in this quarter already. They've been able to kind of exploit that zone in a way where somebody's been open. You talked about it, swinging the pass around and just finding somebody open, and we'll get a foul right there. Looks like it might be on Berkey. It was Berkey and Sanders on the double team. That'll be the first team foul by Kouts tonight. I should say this quarter. It'll be her third. Pass it near that half-court line. Sadie Marks now goes to Johnson inside the Welsh. Welsh is fouled. It's going to be on the ground, so no shot. That'll be the second team foul by Kouts. They'll pass it out on the baseline right near that K. I got a wide open person in the corner. Oh, they didn't notice that.
Looks like they're playing in a 3-2 zone right now.
Yeah, they kind of started that in this fourth quarter. Sadie Marks now with it, a bullet of a pass to Welsh, and fouled on the body check. That was Namath on the fouling. Just like that, in about 30 seconds, that's 3 team fouls by Kouts. So we'll do the baseline pass once again. We'll get a substitution for the Phillies. Namath will come out. Alyssa Tweet will check in. A little bit of a smaller lineup for Kouts right now in. Double team. Welsh now back to Marks up top. They've been double teaming Marks whenever she gets the basketball. And you can see just kind of moving the ball around the court. Inside. Now back outside to Marks, who goes all the way across to her teammate Welsh, who goes back to Marks up top. Marks very close to that half-court line, playing keep away at the moment. Welsh now. And there's a foul on Tweet. That'll be the 14th foul by Kouts, and that's what they're going to make you do, because they are really doing a good job keeping the ball alive, but also not turning it over. And it looks like we're going to substitution.
Yeah, to your point, they've held it for a little over a minute right now.
Yeah.
So they can do that and keep on drawing these fouls. They'll be in pretty good shape for the rest of this game.
Welsh will pass it out. Almost stolen. Johnson able to handle that one. Welsh now back with it. To Johnson, now back to Welsh. And there's a foul by Teglaski. I was just about to ask you, when is it time to get that 5th foul? Make them, shoot free throws. See if they can just keep making them. The foul wasn't intended there, but nevertheless, it's going to send Johnson to the free throw line for 2 shots as the Kouts student makes his way towards the bench. And don't know if that is the most efficient way to race your way down to what is the visiting student section. We'll see if that distraction works a little bit, but the things you see in the PCC, Isaiah. First free throw's up, and it's good from Johnson. 51-39 now, with 3:05 to go. Johnson's second attempt, in and out, no good. Teglaski, actually no, Sanders pulls down the rebound. Sanders pulls up, no good. And Young gets the rebound. Actually, no, that was Tweet. Now Young with it. Now Sanders with it up top of the key. She wants to really shoot that 3. Sanders now to her left. Passes it out, driving inside to the baseline. Berkey, Young, she's got the shot she wants. Can't hit it. And rebound secured by Marks.
That was a great possession.
Yeah.
Great ball movement, just couldn't hit the shot.
Yeah, it was wide open. Couldn't ask anything better than that one. So Sadie Marks now with it, and with 2:23 and counting, I don't know if we'll even see a shot from South Central here unless it's wide open. I think they're just going to pass the ball around, and, well, if they score points, most likely from the free throw line. We'll see.
Yep.
But you can tell they're just – no one's really having any drive to the basket. I mean, you can see right there, Sadie Marks at a wide open lane, and she just passed it out to Hope Welsh, and with 2 minutes to go, that's probably what their game plan is.
Personally, I like to call this time layup and free throw time. If we're not getting the layup and we're not shooting free throws, there's no reason for that ball to go up in there.
Well, there's a foul by Kouts. Sadie Marks will go to the line for 2 shots. That's Kouts' 16th foul. So Sadie Marks, she has been a key player on this team throughout the year and tonight. Her and Hope Welsh have really done a great job tonight. As that first free throw rattles in, so 52-39 now. Second free throw up and good. So 53-39 now. Under 2 minutes to go. Sanders drives to her left, now kicks it back up top. Inside, up and in. A nice pass inside the paint. And now we'll give Kouts 2 points as they trailed by 12, 142. We'll stay here. You know, it's most likely not going to happen, but for Kouts, what do you want to see if they want to get back into this game with 1:42 left?
Well, the nice part about basketball is there's always a learning point that you could take from each situation. And I think right here, Kouts coach is telling them, let's play the situation. Okay. I mean, it's a 4-possession game, so they get a defensive stop, knock down a shot, you're looking at a 3-possession game. And even if they don't win it, just to apply pressure, know that this is a do-or-die situation for them, that's going to help them get better, so down the road it becomes easier for them.
Yeah, definitely. And for South Central, I mean, I think what you're going to see from them is that keep away. You know, they're not going to really shoot the basketball unless they have to, and they really don't have to. That's kind of the irony in the whole no shot clock in high school. I'll ask you, do you want to see a shot clock in high school, or do you think no shot clock is proper?
Personally, as a coach, I lean towards having a shot clock just because I like faster paced games. I like scoring. I feel like adding a shot clock will, and I think that's ultimately going to help our young athletes perform better down the road. You know, so I'm for shot clocks. How about yourself?
You know what? I agree. I think that although I think it's pretty impressive to play this type of basketball, as Welsh will pass it out. I think it is impressive to play keep away like this and be able to not turn over the ball and pass it around. But I mean, I think for the pace of the game and for situations like this, and not having a team foul in these types of situations, I think it's proper to maybe introduce a shot clock. I believe it also teaches high school kids that want to play in college, kind of that sense of urgency, knowing that you don't have all day out there. Because one thing I do notice when I watch college basketball is some of these kids do not know any awareness about the shot clock. They have to have their coaches or teammates or their fans screaming at them 5, 4, 3. I believe that if you introduce a shot clock in high school, it doesn't have to be the same length as college, maybe a little bit longer, but it still creates that sense of urgency that you're used to when you get to the college level. So, yeah, I believe we need to have that type of system installed in high school basketball. If that's out of bounds, so stay with South Central. 37.4 to go, but I mean they've been doing this for the last 4 minutes, and I think Kouts has had the ball for 20 seconds. And you can see they're just standing right there with under now 30 to go. It's 53-41, and there's a foul by Berkey. That's going to send Welsh to the line. Actually, no, Johnson actually going to be going to the line for 2 shots, but it's that kind of thing. And if this game was a little bit closer, we would have seen a lot more fouls. The pace of the game would have been a lot slower as she misses the first one. So I'm with you, Isaiah. Let's go create a shot clock for high school basketball.
Hey, it'll be here before we know it.
You're not wrong about that one. This is the first one. Here's the second. That one's no good as well. There's the rebound. Kouts with it. Berkey now quickly moving down the court. And able to lay that one in. 53-43. 10-point game with 16 seconds to go. No foul yet. Hope Welsh with the basketball. And there's the foul. I don't know if they're going to get Berkey or Young with that one. Actually, that was Alyssa Tweet. So now 2 more free throws for South Central. Welsh misses the first one. She's been dynamic from the 3-point line. 5 made so far tonight. And the second one just rattles him. But she did a really good job setting the tone early. You know, maybe she cooled off a little bit here in the second half, but she set the tone in that first half. And there's a drive by Berkey and lays it in. 54-45, 1 second to go, and that's going to do it here at Kouts High School. The South Central Satellites improved to 6-3 with a 54-45 win. And with that being said, it's time for the RSN Award winners. It's time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. And I got to go with Hope Welsh on this one. You know, like I was just saying, those 5 threes, I believe, really set the tone in that first half. And it allowed players like Sadie Marks, McKenna Welsh, and Lexi Johnson get their open shots just because of how much the defense was so focused on Hope Welsh.
Definitely. Hope Welsh, she did a great job taking advantage of the opportunities today. I mean, we talked about it. She was knocking down threes from the corner at will in the first half. And second half, Kouts did a good job adjusting, but she still found a way to impact on the floor, grabbing some offensive rebounds, key ones, to help South Central put this game away.
Big congratulations, Hope Welsh. Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, they have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Business professionals proud to recognize superheroes on the basketball court. It's time to name the blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. This is going to come from the Kouts side, Macy Sanders. She really kept the Phillies in this game, especially in the fourth quarter, although it was a double-digit deficit. She had 2 huge threes in a row, but she was also playing really good throughout the game. Great defense, great offense, and like we said, in that fourth quarter when things were looking really bleak, 19-point deficit, great defense, a couple of steals, and 2 late threes. We're able to make this a little bit more interesting than I bet Ben Anderson and South Central wanted.
Yeah, she showed the pride, the type of pride they have in this conference. And the nice part about it is you will never see a PCC team go down without fighting. And Macy did a great job tonight showing that down the stretch and even making it a little interesting with 10 seconds left. So congrats to Macy.
Right, Macy Sanders, your Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. It's time to name the proud Union Home Play of the game presented by IKORCC. Now, this is going to be a multiple plays. I'm going to give this to number 30, Sadie Marks. She had 3 old-fashioned three-point plays in tonight's game, something you don't see often, able to finish through the contact, but also convert on the free throw. I think that's something in high school level that you don't see as much, maybe the plethora of three-point shooting, but also just being able to attack the rim and finish strong. I believe that's going to be our proud Union Home Play of the game presented by IKORCC. But yeah, those 3 old-fashioned three-point plays were pretty impressive.
Yeah, anytime you can do that in a basketball game, that makes everything a little more fun and a little more easier to rack up those points and help your team get a win. So great job.
IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. And a big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, and the man on the camera, Rich Castillo, and our coordinating producer, Zach Miller. And, of course, our producer right here, Zach Snelly, both coaches for South Central, Ben Anderson for Kouts, Tim Schwartz, both athletic directors, South Central's John Haggard, and for Kouts, Joe Wagner. And you, the viewers, throughout our pages on youtube.com, regionsports.com, and ihsatv.org. We want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's action. Just a reminder, we have a doubleheader in the PCC tomorrow night, 5:30. The girls will play. 7 o'clock, the boys will play. Isaiah's going to be there, so hang out with him and Matt Welson. They'll be calling the game. It's going to be some fun. But for this game night of PCC, for Rich, for Isaiah, for Zach, and myself, Jack Field, have a great and safe Thursday night, and we will see you Friday night.